going on, guys? Got another live stream, back-to-back games pretty much, as the other game went a little bit longer than I expected. We have the Padres taking on the Giants, and this should be a good one. Again, really solid teams. I myself I can't believe it. Aaron Rodgers has officially signed. So I brought out the Steelers Kenny Pickett jersey. So probably going to be the number he wears. For the Giants, it's going to be Robbie Ray pitching. 2.43 ERA on the year. As the Padres will send out Dylan Cease. Tatis, Arias, and Machado are going to be due up in the top of the first. Again, huge news. Aaron Rodgers signing with the Steelers just moments ago. So I thought I'd run over and put on my Kenny Pickett jersey, and we'll probably change out the name in the back somehow. We'll just tape over Rodgers or something. As Tatis is going to step in, batting .273, OPS of .830. Rodgers is a Steeler. We can finally say it. Yes, sir. I've just been waiting. So we finally have the news again. I think it's a good thing. I think either or. As here's the first pitch. That's going to be in there, strike one. I think he's either going to be so bad that we have a top 5 pick, or I think he can elevate the team and possibly get our first playoff win in 8 years. That's my stance on Rodgers, and that's going to be upstairs for a ball, 1-1. So that's kind of my. I don't know if that's what you think, Dan, but I for sure, I think I think we're not going to be middle of the pack this year. I strongly believe that. Here's the 1-1, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 2 to Tatis. So yeah, earlier I was wearing my Pirates jersey, but obviously, with the news, I'm putting on this Kenny Pickett jersey that it's a disgraceful purchase, I know, but we'll change out that name. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be upstairs. Checked his swing, ball 2. But yeah, I'm really excited now. Hopefully that means he's going to get in there, and I think he's supposed to sign tomorrow or something like that, and get to work with the guys. Here's the 2-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that's how we begin this one. Top of the first with the strikeout. Arias is going to come up. He's batting .281, OPS of .721. Padres, Giants. I think they've went pretty much back and forth, if I'm correct. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. Let's go and double check here. Yesterday, the Giants won 6-5, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Tuesday, Padres won 3-2, and then the Padres won. So the Padres looking to win the series. The Giants looking to just even it up here. .281 OPS of .721 is Arias. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. So we shall see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. Very excited. At least we got very excited to see how this will go this year. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be in there, strike 2. 1-2 count. Luis Arias does not strike out. 95.6 contact this season, just like he does not strike out at all. Here's the 1-2, and that one is chopped foul. Really had to reach for that one. And feel free to talk about whatever you like. Aaron Rodgers, that is the big news in the NFL and the sports world now. Of course, I'll try not to make this an Aaron Rodgers stream, as I'm calling a game. Here's the 1-2, and Arias is going to hit this to left, but that one is gloved for out number 2. Encarnacion with the catch, and that's going to bring up Manny Machado, batting .314, OPS of .864. I'm aware it's baseball season, but again, the big news forced me to get this Steelers jersey, and of course, I'm not going to reveal the name of this player, but you can probably guess. No, I do not have an Aaron Rodgers Steelers jersey. Ray sets and delivers to Machado. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike one. Luis, how's it going? It's been a while. Haven't talked to you in forever. Just kidding. Of course, that was about an hour ago. As here is the 0-1. That's going to be in there. Strike two. Got Giants, Padres. Of course, Padres are Luis's team. 0-2 count. Ray sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So down the Padres go down quickly. So we head to the bottom of the first. Your score 0-0. Yeah, if you guys did miss it, we had an epic game earlier. The Braves, they were up 10-4 heading into the top of the ninth, and then, well, I'll just show you the final score here. Look at that. What a game. I get lucky sometimes with these picks I do. A lot of comebacks, I guess, on this channel. Yeah, and if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I do appreciate you guys. Due up for the Giants is going to be Johnson, Ramos, and Lee. I'm not familiar with Daniel Johnson, as he only has 4 at-bats on the year. And he's 2 for 4, so not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So, again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like. I do answer all questions. Obviously, there's that big news, so, you know, if you want my thoughts on Rodgers or not, just a random guy on the internet. If you want to talk to a random person on the internet, get their opinion, then there you go. Here's the opportunity. So I know that's what everyone desires, right? Pitching for the Padres is going to be Cease, Dylan Cease, 4.66 ERA on the season. Not quite what we're used to seeing from him. He's a 1-4 record, 4.66 ERA. So due up here for the Giants again, Johnson, Ramos, and Lee. As we are just now doing the throwdown. Yeah, and he's only 1-4 on the year. Kind of, again, a down year. Of course, records it's not really the big deal. But ERA, 4.66. You definitely expect a little bit more from him, as he's been usually pretty good. Here is the pitch to Johnson, and that's going to be low for ball one. I really appreciate going over the player's stats at the beginning of the game. Okay, well, I mean, I can try to do that. I don't know if I'll do that for every batter, but I can try. But for pitching, yeah, no, it's kind of fun to see how they're doing. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be ripped to first. A nice player by Arias. He's going to toss it to Cease, who just beats Johnson for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Ramos. He's batting .292, OPS of .850. Ramos has had some pretty good performances last few times. We've watched some Giants games, or I've watched them. You, I guess, heard me. 11 home runs on the year for Ramos, 33 RBIs. Padres winning the series currently 2-1, so Giants looking for the win to even it up. If you want, I can. I guess I could click every guy. As here is the pitch, strike one. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess, for the first time through, huh? We'll start with Lee. How about that? We'll do that. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball one. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the first, 1 out. The game's just now starting. I do apologize, my voice. I'm trying to work my voice out as I will be doing football later down the road. That's going to be inside ball 2. Just the first, just the first at bat. 2-1 count. Cease delivers the 2-1. That's going to be inside ball 3. Don't know why, I just can't seem to find the broadcast that has John Miller. I guess he's retired. I don't know. It says he's still working, but I can never find him. I'd love to hear him call a game. Here's the 3-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. 3-2 count to the powerful Ramos. And Ramos is going to ask for time. If you aren't really, if you are new, well, just know that these teams are definitely featured on this channel. Obviously, it's a lot of Pirates, but I do a lot of Giants and Padres, believe it or not. So if you can see them scattered through there. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be inside ball 4. So Ramos is going to get on with the free pass. And that's going to bring up Jung-Ho Lee, batting .274 on the year. OPS of .754, 6 home runs, and 32 RBIs. So pretty solid for him. He has, I guess, went down a little bit last few games. As you can see, the last 7, even going back to the last 15. Honestly, last 30. Here's the first pitch to Lee, and that's going to be upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count. Again, the Giants trying to tie the series up. Hello, Luis and Double D. I guess I am Double D. It's because I'm fat. Here's the 1-0, and Lee's going to hit this to right field. This one's going to get down in that far right corner and bounce over the wall. And Ramos is rounding home, but rounding third, heading for home. But that will not be allowed. So Lee's going to have to go back to second, and Ramos is going to have to go back to third. That one was just crushed. So Chapman's going to come to the plate now with runners on second and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning as we look at Chapman's stats. Now, last 7 games, he's been fantastic. For the season, batting .236, OPS of .790, 11 home runs, 28 RBIs. C sets and fires. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Delete Double D. Oh, Dan. Okay, gotcha. It's no biggie. I was just thinking Dr. Delay, whatever. Anyway, 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Chapman took a big swing at that one. Sean, how's it going? Let's go Chaps again. Haven't talked to you or Luis in a while. It's been forever. 0-2 count. And if you're just tuning in, like, why are you throwing shade? No, I just talked to them actually last stream. Braves Diamondbacks. That was fun. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be fouled back. Yes, Sean and Luis were here for the Diamondbacks Braves epic comeback. That was crazy. Chapman again, last 7 games batting .471. So really solid at the plate as of late. That does indeed rhyme. Here is the 0-2 to Chapman. That's in the dirt. Handled well for a ball. One and 2 count. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like. If you're a first-time visitor here, that's an open door policy. You can talk about whatever you want, within reason, of course. Don't make it terrible or anything like that. Then I won't read it. But for the most part, it's been pretty chill. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside ball 2. Of course, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. And these two teams, again, they are featured a lot on this channel. I am a Pirates fan, but I have a lot of NL West subscribers. So we work you guys in plenty. Here is the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Chapman goes down looking. You heard a rumor that Rogers got caught stealing. How much do the Steelers overpay? Okay. I don't know. I actually don't know the contract yet. No, I don't think anyone really does. I have no idea. Here is Adames, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. I don't know. Rogers said he'd play for $10 million. I honestly hope that was the case. 0-1 count. And yes, I'm wearing a number 8 jersey. It is not an Aaron Rodgers jersey, but It'll be one for this season, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 2. I'll have to cover the name on the back of the jersey for a year or so. 0-2 count. I'll probably still wear my Ben Roethlisberger jersey, honestly, for the NFL streams. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 1. Runners still on second and third. Giants were threatening, but striking out Chapman was a big blow, and already down 1-2 for Adames. See, sets and fires. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Oh, I think he actually did go. And I see there's another cat inside my house that I've never seen before. There's going to be a nice discussion in about 3 hours, but we'll address that in the near future. Not permanent. Okay, that's good. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Giants strand 2, or the Padres, I guess, strand 2 of the Giants players. Anyway, we're heading to the top of the second. It's still 0-0. I would play for $100,000 and could probably finish 8-1 according to Zollin Standard. Yeah, I don't know about that, Trisk. Anyway, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. If you're a fan of these two teams, well, it's good news for you. Luis and Sean have pretty much done all the work for you guys, as I pretty much feature these teams regularly because of those two subscribers. So you don't really have to chat, but again, it is nice to get to know more of the baseball community. The cat is a lend named Blackie or Spot. How do you know this? Anyway, but yeah, no, feel free to subscribe. Again, it definitely helps the channel out a lot. It really does. Again, I'm just a small-time guy, and yeah, no, I enjoy doing this. So, again, I'll be doing baseball and football. You can probably tell with the jersey. Big football fan. It's not the most flattering look. White does make me a lot more wider. I am a wide guy, unfortunately. You know, should have never graduated high school. Should have just stayed in high school my whole life, because then I'd be forced to work out and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Anyway, Merrill and Sheets and Iglesias are going to be due up for the Padres. Let's go ahead and look at Merrill's stats while we're waiting for this commercial break. Jackson Merrill, as of late, OPS in the 600, 693. But for the season, really solid. 833 OPS. Batting average, no, that's his career, pardon me. 865 OPS. Batting average of 319, 5 home runs on the year. Louis saying hi to Trisk. All right, Ray delivers, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Dr. Lay, tennis tonight or later this afternoon? If there is a tennis thing, it'll be tonight. This game should end around 5:30, 6 o'clock. We'll see how I feel after. Here's the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. I know I have to do a lot of things on the tech side of things over here. Things did not go according to plan yesterday. So 0-2 count to Jackson Merrill. Ray sets and fires. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So down goes Merrill, and that's going to bring up Sheets, Gavin Sheets here. First year in San Diego. OPS of 809. Not too shabby. Average of 263. 11 home runs. So already crushing the ball compared to his historical numbers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. I just cooked and ate an Angus beef burger topped with lettuce, tomato, onions, peppers on a fresh Kaiser roll. Very nice. Yes, now I just got hungry. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be inside, ball 2. And they're showing actually the Arizona-Atlanta score, 11-10. People can't believe it. I was fortunate enough to call that one. That was fantastic. 2-0 count here to Sheets. Ray delivers. That's going to be in there, strike one. Two and one count. Ray fires. That one's going to be hit foul. Tom Grossi just jumped his Steeler reaction video. Trisk, bring one for the doctor. Yeah, I did skip lunch. I did, unfortunately, covering the Diamondbacks and Braves. And I was doing pretty good until you said burger. And that one's going to be inside. Almost hit him. Oh, my goodness. The sheets fell off pretty much nearer to the dugout. So 3-2 count. I'll be fine. I'll live. I don't know what dinner is going to be all about, but we'll find out, I guess, after the game. 3-2 count. To Sheets. One out here in the top of the second. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 away here for the Padres, and that's going to bring up Jose Iglesias. Recently, not doing too bad. 286 average. OPS of north of 730-ish. This year, batting .246, OPS of 593, no homers and 13 RBIs. Here is the pitch, and he was taken the whole way. That one is right down the middle, strike one. That's love for the profession. Hey, it is fun. No, I do enjoy this. You know, obviously, if I get more subscribers, here's the 01. That's going to be the dirt ball one. Then I can, if I'm able to keep building and see what happens, then I can do this pretty much all the time. But obviously, that is a long shot. I got to figure out. I need to do videos and edit. I can record. I just don't want to edit. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be fouled back. That's what's holding me back at the moment. I think his younger brother is eating the extra. No, don't worry about it. At least I think it might be less than stellar time management. Maybe. No, well, I don't know what you want me to do. Calling back-to-back games. Nothing I can do about that. 1-2 count. Iglesias is going to step out real quick. Ray delivers the 1-2. That's high for ball two. Tomorrow is Friday. I am working tomorrow, so there's not going to be a stream during the day, but we are looking at possibly one later that night. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit into center field, and that's going to be the base hit for the Padres, and that's going to bring up Jake Cronenworth. Last 7 games, not that great. This year, though, OPS of 816, average of 252, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I'm doing tomorrow night. Might do a poll tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a poll game, so you guys will decide the game. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball one. I know I haven't done the Pirates in the last few days. I know my Pirates subscribers are like, hey, what the heck are you doing? But, I can't cover Pirates Astros or Pirates Rangers because of the blackout restrictions. Here is the 1-0, and that one is going to be sliced foul. But to be honest, I don't think the Pirates would do well against the Phillies. 1-1 count. Ray sets. And fires. That's outside for ball two. 2-1 count. Ray stepping off, grabbing the rosin. Been streaming for probably about 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes today. Fantastic. 2-1 count. Ray fires. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 2-2 count. As Cronenworth steps out. 2 outs. 2-2 count here in the top of the second. One man on. Ray sets. And fires. Checked his swing. Did not go. Ball 3. Is Cronenworth trying to work the walk? Potentially. Runner on first. That is Iglesias. Ray sets. Looks over at Iglesias. And fires just low. And I mean, maybe an inch or two. That is ball 4. So Cronenworth does work the walk. And that's going to bring up Lockridge. Ray's questioning where that miss. It was close. Hasn't really played much. So far this year, OPS of 562, average of 224, no homers, and 4 RBIs. All right, Ray sets again. A little frustrated, looking back at Iglesias, and delivers. That's going to be in there, strike 1. 0-1 count. Again, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Here in the top of the second, 0-0 is your score. Ray sets and delivers. That's outside for ball 1. One and 1 count. Ray sets. And looks like he's going to look back Iglesias to the bag. I feel like my shirt is too low. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm showing everything, and even though I'm not. I don't know, it's kind of weird, I know, but I just feel very self-conscious about that. 1-1 count. Ray delivers. That one is going to be fouled back. Probably TMI there, too much information. I don't know, I was just like sitting here, I'm like, looking over at the camera, didn't really, I don't know, just weird. 1-2 count to Lockridge. Runner on first, runner on second. Ray fires. That's outside ball 2. Cease versus Ray, not a bad pitching matchup. Cease not doing that great this year. He's doing okay. Ray's had a pretty good year, as he's going to ask for time. Ray already at 37 pitches. Here is the 2-2 from Ray. And the pitch. That's low for ball 3. 3-2 count. Maldonado is on deck. Ray sets and fires. This one's going to be hit to right center, right field, right center field, and that is caught for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the second inning. It is still 0-0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I do appreciate it. Cease is a top pitcher. I don't know how his ERA is so high this year. He is usually in the 2s. Yeah, no, we looked at it earlier. Cease is well above his ERA average. You know, he's, last year 3.47. The year prior 4.58. Not that great, but then the year prior 2.2, 3.9. You can definitely see, 3 of the past 4 years he's been a really solid pitcher. This year he's kind of, I don't know, he's struggling a little bit. Whip is high, 1.3. So I don't know. Maybe he'll get it together soon. I'm not too sure. But the Padres are 10 games above 500, so they're looking good regardless. 35-25. As, again, the Giants are going to bring up Smith, Encarnacion, and Fitzgerald. Dominic Smith played for the Mets many years. This is going to be his second game for the Giants this year. He's 0 for 4 as a Giant. as we're still awaiting commercial break. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like. I do, talk about anything. Talk about whatever you'd like. Of course, I have this Steelers jersey, number 8. It's supposed to be a Kenny Pickett jersey, but obviously Rodgers signing with the Steelers kind of warranted this jersey coming out of retirement, with the number 8 most likely being worn by Rodgers. All right, Dominic Smith. Again, this is only his second game for the Giants this year, as he's going to step in, looking for his first hit of the year. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be outside ball 1 as we start the bottom of the second. 2022. I mean, you're good. I mean, I know. I mean, Cease is good. I mean, I'm in agreement. He's usually much better. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be high ball 2. 2-0 count. The longtime Met. Career OPS of 715, so he's not a bad hitter by any means. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. So after I just said something about him not being bad, he does that. CRA's in the 3s or 4s. Yeah, but I don't know. I would expect him to be in the 3s at least. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. 2-2 count. 0-0 ball game here in the bottom of the second. Just getting underway not too long ago. Here's the 2-2. This one's going to be hit to center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Merrill can't get there in time, so Smith gets his first hit as a Giant and the first hit in 2025. And they're going to actually show that on the screen out there. First hit as a Giant. That's going to bring up Encarnacion. I don't know why I can't say that name, Encarnacion. I can, but I can't. This is going to be his 4th game. He is 0 for 6 as a Giant this year. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, strike 1. 0-1 count. Runner on first as Cease is going to, something happened there, and little malfunction there. All right, we're back. 0-1 count to Encarnacion. Runner on first in the bottom of the second. Cease delivers, and this one's going to be hit to right field. On the warning track is Tatis, and he runs and makes the catch for out number 2. So he had to go a long way, but he's able to find the ball and make the catch. All right, that's going to bring up Fitzgerald. He's batting .265, OPS of .699. Has 2 home runs on the year. 7 RBIs. Cease sets and fires. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count. Runner on first. Cease delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. 1-1 count. Cease delivers, and that one is going to be hit foul. 1-2 count here in the bottom of the second. 1 out. Runner on first. Smith recording his first hit as a Giant. Cease sets, looks over at Smith, and delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 away for the Giants, and that's going to bring up Kisner. And this is going to be his first at-bat as a Giant, as he is yet to hit this year. 30-year-old. Cease. Fires. And that is strike 1. 0-1 count, the former Cardinal. He's played a while, about 4 or 5 years, if we recall. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Cease with a very nice mustache. I don't think I could grow that if I tried. Giants starting 3 players today that coming into today didn't have a hit in 2025. Very, very interesting. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be the dirt ball 1. 1-2 count. Cease sets. And fires. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. So nothing doing there for the Giants. So we head to the top of the third. It's still 0-0. Giants pitching is good, and they have some good batters like Ramon Lee. But if they want to have a chance to make it to the postseason, they will need to bring in 1 or 2 powerful batters. Yeah, it seems like the Giants, I think I saw a stat last year or something that they haven't had a 30 home run guy since like Barry Bonds. And that's a long time. So they need to find I don't know if it's just the fact that they're right there by the water and it's blowing in. I don't know, but it is pretty wild the fact that they've struggled to find some power hitters. So I don't know. Yeah, no, they probably do. And the Giants, I'll go and refresh this. I don't think it refreshed from earlier. Giants, again, they're above 500, but, there is this feeling that, they're kind of teetering. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They actually have a better run differential than the Padres, but, again, it's just something about them that's like, well, I don't know if they're actually going to be able to keep this up. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, though. They win today, then they split the series with a team that many people would expect to go to the playoffs, the Padres. Maldonado is going to be up for the Padres. Martin Maldonado is 38 years old. I remember him as a Brewer, but he's played in a lot of places. He's batting OPS of 460, 169 batting average. He has 2 home runs and 5 RBIs on the year. So he's an old man. He is an old man catching today for the Padres, batting 9th. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I do a bunch of random games, and I do a lot of these 2 teams as well. I do have a lot of NL West subscribers. So, yeah, it's a lot of Pirates, but apparently it's also a lot of NL West. So hopefully I see you there. As Ray is going to step on the mound and Maldonado is going to head to the batter's box as we're going to begin the top of the third. 0-0 is your score. Ray delivers. That's going to be in there, strike 1. 0-1 count. Ray delivers the 0-1. That's going to be high for ball 1. Again, feel free to chat away, talk about whatever you'd like. I do read all comments. 1-1 count. Ray delivers. That swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2 count. Two home runs, 5 RBIs for Maldonado on the year. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So we return to the top of the lineup, and that's going to bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. batting .272, OPS of .827. Ray delivers, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Tatis was going for flat-out power on that one. Just trying to crush it. 13 home runs and 28 RBIs for Tatis as that one is swung and missed. And a ball in the dirt. Strike 2. Good morning, Nick. How's it going? I know you were definitely sleeping through the Diamondbacks-Braves game. That was a crazy game where the Diamondbacks were down, I'm sure you might know, or maybe you don't know, but they were down 10-4 as here's the 0-2 and Tatis fouls his back. They were down 10-4 heading into the top of the ninth, and then they rally to score 7 in the top of the ninth to win 11-10. Just fantastic. That was a great game to call. It really was. Here is the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts as Tatis will head to the bench. And that's going to bring up a guy that will probably end the strikeout streak, Luis Arias, as he does not strike out. Batting .280, OPS of .717. Here is the pitch to Arias, and that's going to be high for ball one. Again, he usually just takes the first pitch. Like, he doesn't even try to swing. And I don't know if I've seen a called strike on the first pitch. 0-1 is Arias, 3 home runs on the year. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be hit foul. Oh, wow, what a game. Oh, you're good, man. I know you worked the night shift, so, you got to rest sometime. No, it was a crazy game. It was a good game. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. It's unfortunate that, honestly, for half the game, it really wasn't the greatest game in the world, but, it got to be pretty good. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. 2-2 count to Arias. Just a pure contact hitter. Kind of rare in today's MLB. Batting .280, of course, so not really, great, but, I guess that's not too bad for today's world. Here is the 2-2. Almost hit him. Did he go? They're saying he did not. Tried to pull back. Naturally fell to the ground. But he kept his bat behind the plane. That's actually very impressive. So 3-2 count. Nick at night, yes. Here's the 3-2. Arias fouls this back. Figures you missed that game. Maybe I should just sleep through their games. Then they'll win. Maybe. Unfortunate. Just unlucky Nick. Here is the 3-2. And that's going to be fouled back. Just making contact. I feel like he's just trying not to strike out at this point. Three and 2. Ray fires the 3-2. That's going to be a ground ball. Hits off the pitcher. Fitzgerald throws to first, and he is safe. as Arias runs it out. And he's very happy about that. Oh, my goodness. That's going to bring up Machado. Manny Machado batting .313, OPS of .860. Hits Ray in the right calf. Fitzgerald makes a nice play. Just unable to get much mustard on that. Just got back from Houston. Can't afford to support both our teams this season. Yeah, can't do that. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball one. 1-0 count to Machado, batting .313, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs on the year. Ray delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike one. One and one count. Ray delivers. And Machado hits this to left field. The outfielders are on the run, and that one is gone. With 2 outs here in the top of the third, the Padres do some damage as they open up the scoring, and they are now up 2-0. Again, that just the little infield grounder. Arias was able to run out, and then, of course, Machado. All this happening with 2 outs. So you're thinking, okay, well, it'll be 0-0 heading to the bottom of the third. No, sir. Machado and Arias had other plans. As that's going to bring up Jackson Merrill, who's 0 for 1, batting .317 OPS of .860. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball one. 5 home runs and 23 RBIs. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1 count. Ray delivers. That's in the dirt. Ball two. Two and one count. Ray fires, and that one's going to be hit to first. Oh, and he makes a nice play. Smith is going to dive to the bag and gets there for out number 3. Nice effort by Dominic Smith. As we head to the bottom of the third, the Padres tack on 2. It's 2-0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps the channel out a lot. I do appreciate it. Again, feel free to chat or comment about whatever you'd like. I do read all comments. Obviously, there's the big news about Aaron Rodgers signing. Pretty cool. I guess Nick probably slept through that as well. Jaguar Gator just woke up. Yeah, very funny. But yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers. That's official. Due up for the Giants is going to be Johnson, Ramos, and Lee. This game is at 52 minutes. I don't know what it is about these games today. They've taken a little bit longer than the usual. Yep, Aaron Rodgers signed. Well, he hasn't officially signed, but news has broke that he has agreed to a deal with the Steelers. And he will be signing the contract tomorrow, flying to Pittsburgh tomorrow. So Rodgers will be the starting quarterback, most likely, for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025. And, of course, that's why I'm wearing this. Obviously, it's not an Aaron Rodgers jersey, so I don't think I'll spend money on the Steelers. I'm not going to spend any more money on a jersey until the Steelers win a playoff game. I think that is fair. But, yeah, this is a Kenny Pickett jersey, and you can make fun. That's fine. I mean, it was a bad investment. I'm aware of that. But yeah, no, Rodgers will be the Steelers quarterback in 2025. So, again, that opens up the range of possibility that we could either bottom out and get a top 5 pick, or we might actually win a playoff game. I think it just opens up everything for the Steelers, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm just sick and tired of being mediocre. All right, Johnson's going to step in. He is 0 for 1 in this one. Daniel Johnson. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for strike one. I figured it would happen. I thought it would be closer to preseason. He has to go in the dark again. Yeah, right. And a little tapper here to Cease. Cease is going to throw to first and gets the Speedy Johnson for out number one. Not really. Left at 6 a.m. to go to a car dealer. Got there at 8:30 a.m. Had them check out my car. Told me that they would need to keep it and work on it and to schedule something next week when they have a loaner. Wow, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. All right, Ramos is going to dig in. He walked in the first inning. 292 batting average, OPS of 853. As the umpire is going to clean the plate. As Ramos will dirty up the plate now. After it's clean, you just got to kick some dirt on it. Here is the first pitch. That's going to be high for ball one. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber definitely helps out the channel a lot. I mean, it's just a little guy doing broadcasting. I do appreciate it so much. I really do. 1-0 count. Cease is going to stand there forever. And Cease was letting that time go all the way down. Honestly, it was close. I feel like he did start the windup. So that's going to be a pitch violation. Waited till like maybe 0.1 seconds, but the umpire was not having it. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be up there for ball three. He's pretty frustrated. You can see it on his face. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, strike one. Three and 1 count to Ramos. Really solid hitter. Probably the best hitter on the Giants. That's a swing and a miss, strike two. Again, if you are a Padres Giants fan, I do these two teams a lot on this channel. You can thank some of the subscribers for making their voices heard, as that one's going to be fouled back. So feel free to subscribe. I promise this won't be the last Padres or Giants game this year. I can tell you that. Definitely worked these two teams in quite a bit. 3-2 count. Cease delivers. That's high for ball four. And Ramos bat flips the walk. And that'll bring up Lee, who is 1 for 1. Had that automatic double in the first. Giants lead the league with multi-run comeback wins. 13. Actually, they're tied with the Astros. Last night they trailed 5-0. And they won 6-5. All right, Cease delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball one. Cease, very quickly got to the mound and delivered there. He was, working on the rosin. The clock was at 5 seconds. That was interesting. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's right down the middle, strike one. One 1 count, runner on first here in the bottom of the third. Cease sets. And fires. That's going to be in there, strike two. 1-2 count. Cease sets. And delivers. That's in the dirt. Ball two. And handled well by Maldonado. Ramos not really moving anywhere. The shift is on for Lee. Of course, obviously you can't have the shortstop over the second base line or anything like that. But, yeah. He's pretty much up the middle. Here's the 2-2. That's high for ball three. Cease looks very frustrated. I mean, ever since really that pitch clock violation. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. This was going to be hit foul. And there's the old man, old baseball ball guys. I can't call them ball boys because they're not young. And it looks like Lee is going to ask for time. 3-2 count here. Runner on first. Here in the bottom of the third. Padres up 2-0 over the Giants. Here's the 3-2. That's high for ball 4. So Lee is going to walk back-to-back walks. And that's going to bring up Chapman. Batting .235, OPS of .787. Cease working himself into a little bit of trouble. Cease and Maldonado are going to chat about it. Arias is going to come in just for fun. And same with Machado. It's like everyone's going to chat. Maybe I'm assuming the pitcher's going to come. Yeah, pitching coach is coming out. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. Obviously, it gets a little bit annoying for me to repeat that, but no one else is going to promote me, so I got to promote myself. So hopefully you like what you see. And if you are a football fan, well, hey, it's perfect for you because I will be doing football, college, and NFL later this year. I would do it now, but obviously there's no games on. So, all right, the little meeting there is going to end as Chapman will dig in again, batting .235, OPS of .787. Little fun fact about Cease, he has the 5th highest road ERA in the NL, 5.68 ERA. Not good away from Petco, as that's going to be in there for strike 1. $11 home runs, 28 RBIs. Cease looks back at Ramos and delivers. And this one is popped up. Will it stay in play? No, it will not. Oh and 2 count. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the third. 1 out. Scoring was opened up with the Machado home run in the top of the third. Looks like Chapman's going to ask for time. 0 and 2 count. Cease looks back at Ramos and fires. And that's going to be hit into center field. And that's going to drop for a base hit. Tatis is running and looks like he's going to throw it in time. So Ramos is going to have to hold up at third. So the bases are loaded for the Giants here in the bottom of the third with just 1 out. And that's going to bring up Willy Adames batting .200, OPS of .606. Not exactly the best hitter so far, this year or anything like that. All right, Ramos at third, Lee at second, Chapman at first, and that's going to be low for ball 1. 1-0 count to Adames. 5 home runs and 25 RBIs on the year for Adames. Cease sets and fires, and Adames hits this to right field. Tatis is jogging backwards under it, makes the catch. Tatis is going to throw it in, but Ramos is going to score, so he's going to get the sacrifice fly there. It is now 2-1 Padres. Lee moving to third. Chapman staying at first. 2 outs now in the bottom third. That's going to bring up Dominic Smith. Got his first hit as a Giant just an inning ago. Batting .200, but of course, again, hasn't really had many at-bats. He's 1 for 5, to be honest with you. Cease delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 count. Cease. Delivers the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two. Oh, and 2 count. Looks like Smith is going to step out. Think about it some more. Cease. Sets. And here's the 0-2. That is high for ball one. One and 2 count. 2-1 is your score. Cease approaching. This is actually going to be his 60th pitch of the game. Here is the 1-2 to Smith. That's outside. Ball 3. Thrown to third as Lee was off the bag, but he is back in time. Chapman takes second. So both runners in scoring position. Two and 2 count. Here's the pitch. Smith fouls this one back. Little battle here. Feel like it's taken a while. Second and third. Already at an hour. So yeah, no, this game could last a while, or it's trending in that direction. And Smith gets a piece of that one, as that one is fouled out of play. Two and 2 count. Will this at-bat ever end? I don't know. Cease sets and fires. And he gets a piece of this one again, as this one is fouled off. Smith has been staying alive. Solid at-bat so far today. Of course, got his first hit as a Giant. And then now here's a 7-pitch. This is actually going to be his 8th pitch of this at-bat. Here's the 2-2. That just missed. Cease did not like that. He thought it caught the edge there, but that is ball 3. Cease sets. Runners on second and third. 3-2. Here's the pitch. And Smith hits this one to center field, and that is going to get down at the warning track, and it's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. And the Giants take the lead 3-2. That's actually the second ground rule double of the game. That's just kind of crazy how that works. You'll go games without seeing one, and then here already 2 of them. This ball just kept going and going and going. And that bounces again over the wall. Smith cruises into second. And that's going to bring up in Encarnacion. He is still looking for his first hit of the year. Smith got his first 2 today. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there, strike 1. Oh, and 1 count. Cease sets. And fires. That's going to be in there, strike 2. Zeros all over the stat sheet. 0 average, 0 on base, 0 slugging. They didn't really need to put that up there. That was kind of... They didn't need to do that. Here is the 0-2. And he fires. Chopper to third. Machado throws to first for out number 3. But the Giants get some damage there in the third as both teams push across runs. Giants leading 3-2 over the Padres. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot as I'm trying to grow this slowly but surely. I've actually done not too bad, averaging about 60 subscribers the last few months. So that's, well, ever since baseball season. So, again, I do thank the baseball community for letting me call games for them, and then, of course, liking what they see. So I do appreciate it. Of course, I'll be doing football once football season is here, so hopefully I'll see you there. So I'll be doing at least 2 games Saturdays and Sundays. Wonder how long a coach would keep a pitcher in if he pitched 30-plus pitches in an inning but gave up no runs and less than 2 hits an inning. Additionally, I have seen more ground rule doubles. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like in a game, I don't the ones that I've picked. I mean, I guess you haven't really seen much. And unfortunately, with just today's world, I mean, once you hit that 100-pitch area, it doesn't matter if you have a no-hitter through 7 or only allowed 1 hit. They yank you, and that's dumb. That's so dumb. All right, Sheets, Iglesias, and Cronenworth are going to be due up for the Padres as we are almost set to begin the top of the 4th. It's already been an hour, believe it or not. This game might take a while. So we shall see how this goes. I happened to call a long one earlier with Braves and Diamondbacks, and this one might be long. Oh, well. It is what it is. Again, hopefully you do like what you see and hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps a lot. All right, we are back here in San Francisco. San Francisco up 3-2. So you're saying 3 innings. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he gets 100 pitches by the 4th inning, they're going to yank him, even if he hasn't allowed a run yet. 0-1 count here to Sheets as that one's in there, strike 1. I mean, I'm not saying that's what I would do. I'm just saying that's what they would do. That's going to be in there, strike 2. I did the 21 game. Yes, I did the Diamondbacks Braves. Braves up 10-4 heading into the 9th, and the Diamondbacks scoring 7 runs to win it 11-10. As that is a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ray looking really good, already with 7 strikeouts. Well, looking good with the strikeouts anyway. Again, he's already allowed 2 runs, but, you know, it is what it is. And that's going to bring up Iglesias. 1 for 1, batting .252, OPS of .606. Here's the pitch. Iglesias pops it up. I guess they heard me complaining about how quickly or how long this game's been going as we have quickly 2 outs there in the top of the 4th. That's going to bring up Cronenworth. He walked earlier. He's batting .252, OPS of .820. What the? 7 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Top of the 9th. They were the away team. But yes, it is very Pirate-like to allow that. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there, strike 1. 0-1 count to Cronenworth. Ray at 67 pitches. I mean, entered this inning with what? 61, 62. Hasn't really pitched much. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be hit to left. And it looks like this is going to be a very quick half inning as that is caught for out number 3. So all you got to do is complain and say the game's taking forever because that was very quick. So we're heading to the bottom of the 4th. Your score, Giants 3, Padres 2. Again, hopefully you like what you see, folks, and hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. These teams are featured a lot on this channel. So, if you're a fan of these teams and aren't subscribed, then I encourage you to do so. Again, we do a lot of Padres and Giants. What's happening across the nation? Well, what do we have here? We have Tigers and White Sox 2-2. Toronto's not in our nation. They're up 8-1 in I guess they're heading to the bottom of the 6th over the Phillies. A's up 11-1 over the Twins. Jaguars doing Orioles Mariners. That is 1-1. As they head to the bottom of the 5th. Of course, we're doing Giants and Padres. Mets up 3-0 on the Dodgers. Please complain about the Padres losing. Yeah, I can't do that. Top, bottom, all the same. Maybe not. PG plus 30. Okay, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Blame the mascot. I'm not going to blame the mascot, or at least whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, that'd be good if the Mets, of course, can That'd be good to beat the Dodgers. Dodgers did win. That's right. They came back. I don't think that was the game we did. We did that one. We did 4-3. And then I did Giants, Padres. And that one went to extras. And then I called the ending of Dodgers Mets. Yeah, that's right, because I had some time to kill. And then yesterday, what did we do again? I honestly already forgot. Jeez, I'm getting old. I don't even remember what we did. Oh, I did Orioles Mariners, yeah. And then Jaguars doing Orioles Mariners today. All right, in steps in Fitzgerald, batting .263, OPS of .694. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there, strike one. Of course, shout out Jaguar Gator. I mean, I know he doesn't really need my shout outs because, I mean, he's got like 60,000 subscribers, but definitely a great channel. Check him out. That's going to be in there, strike two. Of course, he mostly does football, but, you know, he calls baseball games as well. He's got a plethora of people in there, like a bunch of people, always chatting away. 0-2 count to Fitzgerald. Cease. Sets and delivers. That's going to be outside, ball one. 1-2 count. Cease takes his time quite a bit, letting that clock go down. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to be foul. I'm trying to use that complaining thing. Speed it up a little bit, you know. I mean, he did have a pitch clock violation earlier. I'm just saying. 1-2 count. Here is the 1-2. That is outside, ball two. I like the Three Amigos shout out. Plethora. Nice. Yeah, no. I say that a lot. I don't know why. Here is the 2-2. That's high for ball three. I don't really say a lot on stream, but at work, I don't know why. And it kind of just, even though they're an older generation, there's like, what the heck? Plethora. I work with a lot of boomers. Here's the 3-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Nothing wrong, by the way, with boomers. I'm just saying. I mean, it's just most of them are a little bit older. As Fitzgerald strikes out there, that's going to bring up Kisner, looking for his first hit of the year. That was the chair, I promise. Here's the pitch. That is a swing and a miss, strike one. Love the movie. Yeah, no, it's a good movie. I like it. Three Amigos. It's been a while since I've seen it. Very, very long time. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike two. What would Trisk might know? What is the for Gen X? Where is the cutoff? Like, when does that begin? And where does that end? Draven's saying, nah. I mean, is it because of the Steelers jersey? I feel like that's why. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to first. Araya is going to toss to Cease for out number 2. Definitely is a Aaron Rodgers reference right now. I mean, this is not a Rodgers jersey, but you know he's going to wear number 8. I mean, most likely. You just know it. You just know it's going to happen. Which I can't really think of a good quarterback that wore number 8 for the Steelers, so I don't know. This might actually not be good. I mean, again, if we bottom out, it's all good. It's all good. Get that top 5 pick. That's what we need. Steelers need something different. We can't just be in the middle. Here's Johnson, and Johnson pulls back the bunt, ball 1. 1-0 count. Daniel Johnson, only player since 1901 to have 2 hits, 2 runs, and a stolen base in a Giants debut. That is quite the debut. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 count. Giants up 3-2 over the Padres here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two. This way he's going to hit the belt, Selly. Oh, 100%, dude. Discount double check. Here is the 1-2. That's in the dirt, ball two. You know, if he scores a rushing touchdown on the Jets, he's going to a corner, whatever corner he's in. 100% happening. 100% happening. I'd pull for it, of course, you know. I'm going to pull for the Steelers to win. And I don't care. I think he's the one that, here's the 2-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So we head to the fifth inning. 3-2 is your score. Giants up. I just want, they just can't have the same thing happening over and over again. We can't have first round exit or just barely missing the playoffs. We have to be so bad or, you know, get a playoff win. That'd be successful for me. That is a successful year. Either one. Used to be a playoff win. Now I've lowered the standard to where, like, hey, if we bottom out completely, that's perfectly fine. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. You know, I'm just a little old broadcaster, wannabe broadcaster, so hopefully you can, if you like what you see, you hit that subscribe button. And again, these two teams, if you're a fan of these teams and aren't subscribed, well, I encourage you to do so because I do a lot of these Padres or Giants. I mean, we've got some. Luis here is a Padres fan, so he pretty much is. He's your Padres spokesperson. So you know you don't really have to do the work. So you're lucky. Giants do have a spokesperson as well, Sean. He was in here a little bit earlier. So again, you guys are kind of spoiled. So you know I will do your games, and you don't have to even comment or anything like that. Other teams that you know don't have a spokesperson, then they have to go work for it. But yeah, no. Hopefully, you consider subscribing with me today. It's free, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. It's not going to cost you a dime. And I understand times are tough. I'm not going to charge you. There will be no bill sent to you. Obviously, as you see by my football jersey, I'll be doing football, college and NFL later this year. So hopefully, I'll see you there. At least 2 games, on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. During the weeknight, probably just a 1. Most likely just a 1. All right, in steps in Lockridge. Batting .221, and that's going to be high, ball 1. OPS of .553. 1-0 count. Ray delivers. That's going to be in there, strike 1. 1-1 count. Ray at 70 pitches. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One and 2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 2. You do get to see Rodgers back in Lambeau week 8. Yeah, now that game becomes a lot more important now. Very excited for that. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Robbie Ray with 8 strikeouts. I mean, that's just fantastic. So, yeah, no, obviously week 1, there's the big Steelers-Jets. And then he gets to play his old former team. Well, it's not in Lambeau. It's a Lambeau, or Green Bay comes to Pittsburgh. So now that game's not going to get flexed out at all. So that's going to be the Sunday night game, regardless, as Maldonado's going to take strike 1. 0-1 count. Ray. And it looks like Maldonado's going to call for time. I'll be back. All right. Have fun, Terminator. Thank you, of course, for stopping by, Trisk. just in case you're not able to. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit back, foul. 1-1 count. Oh and 2 count. Ray delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. So still 0 and 2. Battle of teams that are, kind of, teams that I would say are at least, with the Padres, they can definitely compete for the division. Giants, I don't know if they're going to compete for the division. I'd say they're a wild card team at best. That's going to be in there. Strike 3 called. He struck him out. Giants, again, they actually, if you look at them, if we're being, if we want to be completely honest, they have a better run differential than the Padres, than the Phillies, the Cardinals. Look at these. I mean, teams that you would think would be way better. The Giants, plus 41. I mean, that's not too bad. Better than the Astros, Mariners. A lot of these teams that are really good, or people consider them to be really good, as that first pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Arnold is the best Mr. Freeze in the universe. Is he really now? I mean, well, I don't think there's been another live action Freeze. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be outside ball 2. But if you're just saying all DC in general, including animation, I know you're trolling. You have to be trolling, because that would definitely be a lie. Yeah, 2-0 count here to Tatis. 13 home runs, 28 RBIs. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there, strike 1. Ray at already 9 strikeouts today. Looks like they're now flipping that over. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Tatis fouls this back. Three-2 is your score. Giants up, of course, if you're watching. If you're just listening, well, it's Giants 3, Padres 2. Here is the 2-2. Inside, ball 3. 3-2 count. Ray sets and fires. And Tatis hits this to center. Right center, actually. And Johnson makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 5th, where the Giants still lead 3-2. I'm going to go ahead and change something real quick. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe. I don't know if this is still, you can hear me, but hit that subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely helps out the channel a lot, more than you guys will probably ever know, as I'm doing the wrong thing here. That's not what I need to do. Again, I do cover these teams a lot, so if you are a fan of these teams, well, you get lucky, because, again, I have a lot of NL West subscribers, so hopefully I will see you there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these. Sorry, guys. I know it's kind of annoying. I'm not focusing on you guys. But I got to do what I got to do sometimes, Trying to help out. May have put too many hashtags, you know what I'm saying? All right. Do I watch softball or NBA Finals tonight? Ooh. Who's playing in softball? Not that that really matters. I mean, I guess I can look it up. I don't want to be lazy. I won't be lazy. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like. I definitely don't mind chatting with you about whatever is on your mind. That is perfectly fine. I am more of a sports guy, football guy, really. But, if you want to chat about life in general, that's fine with me, too. I don't really know how this bracket works. I don't think I ever will, to be honest with you. So I'm looking at this bracket. Oh, okay. So they're in the finals. Texas Tech. Yeah, I don't understand why they do it the way they do. All right, here is Ramos. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1 as Cease is out there. for the bottom of the 5th. Game 2 for UT and Tech. I would do softball because, it's a best of 3, correct? So, there's only a few more games for those. Possibly last one tonight, and then obviously NBA, you still got 7 potentially. Is that one's a swing and miss strike too? But I don't know. It is what it is. Game 2, yeah. I would just I'd probably watch the softballs. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Cease with 6 strikeouts. Very solid. Of course, you compare it to Ray. Ray has, 9? But yeah, no, he's still doing really well. That's going to bring up Jung-Hoo Lee, batting .277, OPS of .765. 6 home runs and 32 RBIs. He's doubled and walked in this one. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, but Tatis doesn't have to move much, and that is out number 2. 2 away here for the Giants, and that's going to bring up Chapman, who's 1 for 2. Game has sped up a little bit. First 3 innings were done in about hour and 10 minutes. We're at an hour 30 now. Here is the first pitch. That's going to be hit. Oh, it hits Cease in the back. Oh, man. And he's walking away. He is not feeling great. Oh, my goodness. Chapman's going to get on. But Cease just took one straight off the back. Oh, my gosh. He got 104 miles per hour off the bat, straight into his back. Oh, my gosh. May have hit his arm. Oh, man, that'd be horrible. So what do? They show a replay angle of the front side where we can definitely see it. And he's feeling his arm. He may have been hit in the arm and the back. I think it was back and then it bounced into the arm. This would be terrible. May have been the elbow. It was a rocket off that bat. So Cease is going to shake it off. Maybe he's doing the little motion there, but I don't know. That's tricky. That's not what I want. I don't know why it takes me there. I'm not trying to do that. All right, whatever. All right, Cease is going to try to warm this up because, again, he just got hit, I believe, in the arm, possibly. Trying to shake it off again. Let's look at this replay. Oh, it hit him right in the elbow. Oh, my gosh, 104 in the right elbow. Oh, man, that definitely hurt. I don't know if he's going to continue. It would be shocking. Cease feels good. He says he's good. I saw him mouth the word good. Hey, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fantastic. Yeah, I'm nodding my head. I'm good. All right, looks like he's going to stay in. And the Giant crowd showing very nice sportsmanship here. Clapping for him. And so, I don't know. Cease might go on the DL after this. I'm just saying. Might at least try to finish the inning. I think that might be the goal, and then they're definitely pulling him after this one. I mean, there's no way. There's no way he comes back for the 6th. It's already at 88 pitches anyway. That's going to bring in Adames. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there, strike 1. Also had a sac fly in the 3rd. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Time for ball 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Adames. That's going to be in there, strike two. That one was a little bit high. Adames didn't really like the call. It may have caught in a little bit of the zone. 1-2 count. Runner on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Cease still in, despite getting hit in the elbow. And that froze him. Strike three called as Cease ends up finishing the inning. Probably his last inning. Even without the injury, I'd say he's probably coming out. So we head to the top of the sixth. Giants up 3-2 over the Padres. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I do appreciate it. As, again, I'm just kind of monitoring the situation with, NFL news and stuff like that. And obviously the Steelers signing Aaron Rodgers. No, this is not an Aaron Rodgers jersey. I want to make that clear. Well, saying Kenny Pickett isn't much better, but that's the reality of the situation. He's going to wear number 8, so we're going to pretend it's Aaron Rodgers after today. But yeah, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, I'll be doing football later down the road. Hopefully I'll see you guys there, NFL and college football, these 2 times a day. So, it's not just Steelers on this channel. There will be also other games as well. College football, same thing. Going to be a lot of randomness. And then after baseball season's over, I'll be doing college football during the week. So, if you're a fan of the MAC, I don't know, or, the Mountain West. I know there's a lot of Pac-12 Mountain West teams out there, obviously, on the West Coast. So I'll be doing a lot of those games late Saturday. So hopefully you're here for it. Hopefully we can have a good time as we just chat football and have a good time. That's really what it is. It's just a channel for sports fans. That's what it is. And feel free to chat away in the comments. Talk about whatever you'd like. Arias, Machado, and Merrill are going to be due up for the Padres. A's up 12-1 over the Twins. Blue Jays up 9-1 over the Phillies. And, of course, I did call that game down below. D-backs Braves earlier. That was fantastic. Oh, man, what a comeback that was. All right, Ray's going to stay in for the top of the sixth. He already has 9 strikeouts. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be high for strike one. Arias didn't like that call. Grimacing. And the cameraman zooming into his mustache. I don't know why in the world we zoomed into Dylan Cease's mustache, but that's exactly what happened. 0-1 count. Maybe he zoomed in just too far. Ray delivers the 0-1. That's going to be hit to short. Throws to first for out number 1. So that's how we begin the top of the sixth with a ground out. And that'll bring up Manny Machado, who's 1 for 2. And, of course, he had that home run in the third inning. Third inning is really the only inning these teams have scored. The Padres scoring 2 in the top of the third, and the Giants scoring 3 in the bottom of the third. Ray delivers. Checked his swing. He did go. That's strike 1. 0-1 counts. Ray delivers. That's going to be fouled back. Strike 2. Ray already has tied his season high with strikeouts in a single game with 9. Machado, 5th all-time in active career home run leaders with 352 behind Freddie Freeman. As this one's going to be hit to second, and what a play by Fitzgerald. And he's smiling. He knows he made a heck of a play. That one was definitely a base hit. Fitzgerald looking like Larry Fitzgerald with that type of catch and that type of leap. Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic. That's going to bring up Merrill. Still, that's very impressive. They're showing that replay from every possible camera in the stadium. As here is the pitch. That's in there, strike 1. Larry Fitzgerald is your second baseman for the Giants, apparently. Merrill batting .314, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That's outside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Ray at 90 pitches, so I don't know if he'd be out for the 7th. Very unlikely. As here is the 1-1, and Merrill's going to foul this one back. 1-2 is your count to Jackson Merrill. 3-2 is your score. Here in the top of the 6th, Giants up by 1. Ray delivers the 1-2. That is outside, ball 2. Umpire, well, the many umpires of the crowd thought that was a strike. Not quite the case to the actual umpire. Here's the 2-2. That's way outside, ball 3. David Morgan warming up in the San Diego Padres bullpen. Ray delivers the 3-2. That one's going to be poked foul. 3-2 count. Ray, really the innings that bothered him. So he had 13 pitches in the first, 26 in the second, 23 in the third. Those really killed him. The other one's very efficient, as this one's going to be a jammer there to the pitcher, and Ray's going to make the catch for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Your score, Giants 3, Padres 2. Again, hopefully, if you like what you see and you're not subscribed, definitely press that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. Again, I'm not exactly the most popular guy on YouTube, so every subscriber helps me out a lot. This is what I do. I call random games. If you haven't stopped by before, have heard of me, well, you're probably one of millions and billions that haven't heard of me. But, hopefully, you join I would say a pretty decent size growth in the last few months. Definitely at least 60 per month the last 2 months. Of course, thank you to the baseball fans that have subscribed. It's because of you guys. So definitely going to be doing baseball for as long as I'm doing YouTube. So thank you again very much for subscribing and being the cornerstone to this potentially great YouTube account, as I'll be doing football, of course, when football season is here. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. You'll probably notice a difference in my commentating and broadcasting. Definitely a lot more of a football guy myself, so might have a lot more passion. But I think I do enjoy this as well. It's not like I don't. It is fun, but there's just these delays, and sometimes it can be a little slow. But obviously I have a pretty cool comment section. Draven's in there, Luis, pretty cool guys. Sean, and then Trisk and Nick. But yeah. So this game, again, it's obviously way away from, playoffs, but every game's probably going to matter at the end of the season. A lot of solid teams competing in the NL for the wild card spots. They're currently held by the Phillies, Padres, and Cardinals, but that means you're leaving out, the Giants, who are playing here tonight, or today. Brewers, they're not too bad, and the Diamondbacks obviously can just score and hang with anybody. But, they just can't seem to buy pitching. But, again, if they get in, they could beat anyone. But they can also lose to anyone, too. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the 6th. I'm more of a backbone than a corner. There we go. Backbone. Cornerstone, backbone. Morgan, 2.7 ERA. Here is the pitch, and that one is going to get down for a base hit. So Smith, with his 3rd hit of the day, all 3 hits of the season for Smith coming in here today. So Encarnacion's going to step up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Morgan sets and fires. Encarnacion, ground ball to short. There's one. And I don't think they get him at first. They do not. So Encarnacion does stay on. But that is one out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to bring up Fitzgerald, who had that Larry Fitzgerald-like catch earlier. hopping up, jumping as high as possibly could, and then, of course, making the one-handed grab. 0 for 2 in this one with 2 strikeouts, batting .261, OPS of .690. Cease is still getting looked at him. If you didn't hear, he got 104 mile per hour fastball hit him. Fastball hit him in the not fastball, but a line drive hit him in the right elbow. I don't know why I can't speak. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, strike 2. Oh and 2 count. Morgan sets. And delivers. That's going to be just outside for ball 1. Nobody's warming up in the Giants bullpen, so that's leading me to believe that we're going to see Ray for the top of the 7th. That's interesting. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be fouled off the catcher. So 1 and 2 count. One and 2. Runner on first. Bottom of the 6th. 1 out. Morgan sets. And delivers. That's outside. Runner's going to second. And he is safe. So the Giants have a runner at second. Two and 2 count. Pardon me, my voice. 2 and 2 count. Looking back at Encarnacion. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Fitzgerald goes down for the 3rd time today on strikes. As that's going to bring up Kisner, who's 0 for 2 and searching for his first hit of the season. Morgan sets and fires. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit right, but also foul. Oh and 2 count. Runner on second here in the bottom of the 6th. Giants up 3-2. Morgan at 10 pitches. You know, he's just now relieving Cease, of course. Morgan sets. Looks back. And delivers. Ground ball to short. Throwing to first, and that is out number 3. So we head to the top of the 7th. Giants up 3-2 over the Padres. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. Looking at what's going on in other games, Blue Jays up 9-1 over the Phillies. Jaguars doing the Orioles-Mariners. So Orioles up 4-3 over the Mariners in that one. A's up 12-1 over the Twins. Obviously, I'm doing this one, Giants and Padres at 3-2. Mets up 4-3 over the Dodgers. And I covered that one earlier. That was fantastic. D-backs winning 11-10 over the Braves. White Sox over the Tigers today, 3-2. Cardinals over the Royals in game 1 of the doubleheader, 6-5. Tomorrow, still undecided. May actually have you guys vote for it. Unsure what I'm doing tomorrow. Don't think I do anything too late tomorrow. But we'll see. I honestly don't know what tomorrow holds. Oh, man. Top of the 7th coming up. Sheets, Iglesias, and Cronenworth are going to be due up here. They are a combined 1 for 5 with a walk. Yeah, I have no idea what to say now. I'm pretty much out of words. Feel free to chat about whatever you'd like in the comments. Talk about whatever you want. Obviously, we had the big Steelers news with Aaron Rodgers signing. Very excited about it. Well, as long as it's not Mason Rudolph, that's really all I care about, honestly. Not a Mason guy. Not a Mason guy. Hey guys, you hit a 3-leg home parlay. Bichette, Nimmo, and Raleigh. Wow, look at that. Wow, that's good stuff, man. Home run, nice. Good stuff. That's rare. Nick does not have good luck. He does not. Here's the first pitch to Sheets, as that's going to be in there, strike 1. Ryan Walker is warming up in the Giants bullpen. 0-1 count to Sheets, and Sheets ground ball up the middle. Adames throws to first for out number 1. But yeah, congratulations, Nick. So something's up. You might want to be careful today if you're having good luck. It's got to even out usually, huh? Iglesias is up. He's 1 for 2, batting .250, OPS of 600. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Iglesias is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get over the left fielder. It's off the wall. He's going to throw in Iglesias. He is out. He started slowing up at second. I guess he didn't think that the left fielder would throw it in there. That was interesting. I don't know what in the world Iglesias was doing. They might look at it. It was close. I mean, if he's running in there full speed sliding, then he clearly would make it. But I don't know what he was doing. Oh, that is so close. I don't know. We're going to see. In fact, they're not going to check it. Cronenworth is at the plate. So, yeah, no, he's out, as that's going to be in there, strike 1. No, sir, I do not. I should just retire now, but I'm no quitter. Yeah. Good luck with all your future bets, man. I don't know if it's going to work out, as that's going to be hit to left, and that is going to be a quick inning. Iglesias getting the hit, but gets out in between the base paths for not sprinting or not sliding. I don't know what Iglesias was doing, so we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Giants up 3-2, still over the Padres. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps out the channel a lot. Again, obviously, I'm not the most popular guy on YouTube and not, the most whatever. You get what I'm saying. Everyone helps, so I do appreciate it. If you're a sports fan, this is the channel for you. Also, again, I'm obviously doing football and college football later down the road, so hopefully I'll see you guys there, as I'm ready for football, man. I really am. That is my darling. That is what I do. Football. But yeah, no, if you're a fan of these two teams, I do these two teams a lot on this channel. You can look at it. Obviously you go under live and you'll see all the live ones. I do a lot of Padres and Giants. I do a lot of Pirates. I'm a Pirates fan. But, I mean, there are times where I just either don't want to do them or can't do them. So, we definitely like the NL West on this channel. A lot of NL West fans, or at least 3 of the 5 teams, are well represented on this channel: Padres, Giants, and the Diamondbacks. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Probably tomorrow. Unsure what I'm doing. Haven't had a vote in a while. It's looking like I may be having you guys vote on a game tomorrow. So we shall see, though. We do not know. Could be one of these teams. Could be Padres, Brewers. Could be Giants, Braves. I don't really know yet. Don't really think Pirates, Phillies is happening. Don't see that happening. All right, Johnson's going to dig in here. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Morgan is still out there. He's going to be out there for a second inning of work here in the bottom of the 7th. Morgan delivers. That's going to be outside for strike 1. Daniel Johnson batting .286, on base percentage of .286, slugging percentage of .286. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit, and that is just foul. Tatis going to help out the older ball guy. Can't say ball boy because they have like 60-year-olds running around, 70-year-olds getting the baseballs. 0-2 count. Morgan sets and fires. That's going to be fouled back. Padres scoring 2 in the top of the 3rd with the Manny Machado 2-run shot. Giants put together 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd as a nice retort to that, and it's been zeros the rest of the way before and after that. Here's the 0-2, and that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's going to bring up Ramos, who's 0 for 1, but he's walked twice, so he's not a stranger to the base paths today. Batting .291, OPS of .851. Morgan sets and fires. That's in there, strike 1. Ramos with 11 home runs and 33 RBIs on the year. Morgan sets and delivers. That's going to be in there, strike 2. Oh, and 2 count. This game has kind of flown by ever since the ending of the 3rd inning. And I'll tell you, like the times here, as here is the 0-2. Ramos hits this one foul. At the end of the 3rd inning, it was I think it was an hour and 10 minutes through the first 3 innings. And we're here in the bottom of the 7th, and since that time, it's only been 45 minutes. So the game has picked up the pace for sure. Here's the 0-2. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. That one was well inside. 1 and 2 count. One-two pitch, and looks like Ramos is going to ask for time. Squeaky chair. Maybe I'll get a different chair for football season. Huh? You never know. 1 and 2 count. Morgan sets and fires. That one is going to be popped up. Doctor, is it weird? I had a pet raccoon when I was a kid. It wasn't allowed in the house, though. It stayed in the garage. You know, to each their own is what I say. Would I have one? No, I would not. Here is the 1-2, and that's going to be poked foul. I'm sure it was normal. I mean, if you raised it when it was young, then I'm sure it was probably fine, you know, because then the raccoon learns everything. And yeah. I don't think it's weird, though. I think it might be pretty cool. I mean, if it was pretty chill. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to be hit to right, but that one is once again getting out of play. Yeah, if you raised it since it was like a baby, then yeah, no, it'd just be like any other pet, really. 1 and 2 count. to Ramos. Morgan sets and fires. And this one's going to be hit to right, and he slams his bat down in rage as Tatis makes the catch for out number 2. My grandpa brought it. Okay, well, let me start over. My grandpa brought it home one day, and my grandma was so mad, but she let me keep it. There we go. Nick loves trash pandas. I don't know. I don't really see him around here, or I haven't. Here is Lee. He's 1 for 2 with the walk, and that's going to be outside ball 1. 1-0 count. My wife loves cats, so we have cats. 1-0 count. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. They're neat. You know, I definitely wasn't really a pet guy. Always wanted one, but it's like, well, it's a lot of work. But cats, for the most part, are pretty good. For the most part. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. They can be messy, and they love to jump on top of things they don't need to be on. But for the most part, I mean, they're good cats. 2-1 count. Giants up 3-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be outside ball 3. Giants, if they win, they'll be, a game behind the Padres, but they'll have the same amount of wins. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be popped foul. Giants, again, they're I would still say they're slept on. Most people still think, they're going to eventually fall apart. And if you look at the lineup and especially the statistics, you would probably be like, well, yeah, obviously. But they're just winning. That's all that matters at the end of the day. It doesn't matter about the analytics. All that matters is the W. As here's the 3-2. That's upstairs ball 4. So Lee's going to draw the walk. And that's going to bring up Chapman, who's 2 for 3. And it looks like Matsui is starting to warm up in the bullpen. Wish you had a wiener dog, but I gave it to my... Oh, you had a wiener dog, but I gave it to my neighbor because he was old and I didn't want him to be lonely. So I would visit him every week to see him, and the dog named Nemo. That's nice to see. That's a nice gesture. I never see raccoons in Phoenix, but they're out in the desert somewhere. I believe it. Looks like they're going to have a little mound visit here, not taking him out. Yuki's still warming up in the bullpen, so most likely Morgan's last inning, if I had to guess. So again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot, and I know it's kind of annoying I have to keep doing that, but no one else is going to promote me, so I got to promote myself. I know it can be annoying, but again, if you like what you see or hear, because you probably don't like what you see, but if you like what you hear, definitely hit that subscribe button. And again, I'll be doing football once football season is here, so it won't end with baseball season. Morgan sets and fires. That's going to be chopped foul as that one circles back into play. 0-1 count, runner on first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Chapman, again, he's 2 for 3, batting .242, 11 home runs, and 28 RBIs. Morgan sets and throws over to first, but Lee is back in time. Got to work on the voice. I'm doing 2 games. Well, I did the first one already. So I'm getting that voice training for football season, and I'll be doing 2 games every Saturday and Sunday. And then possibly more during the week, because that one's going to be popped back. In fact, that's the goal, to do football, like the MAC and all those other colleges during the week. Whenever baseball season ends in October, we'll be doing those October. Seth, how's it going, man? Pulling for the Giants in this one. Obviously, Dodgers, not a fan of either team, but I guess the more recent rivalry is going to be with the Dodgers. Here's the 0-2, and checks his swing, makes contact, so that one's going to be fouled back. Giants, yes, they are up 3-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Saturday, Dodgers, Sooners, Eagles, and Vegas Knights. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 1. A 1-2 count. I'm sure I'll do some Oklahoma games, and we'll see. We'll see about the Eagles and Oklahoma. We'll see. Most likely, get at least one of them. I imagine so. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to be chopped back. I'll try to do at least one game for the NFL, at least one game of each team every year. That'd be pretty good. That would be pretty ideal. Steelers most likely every week, unless I'm, if they're like 2-7, it's like, okay. I don't think I need to watch them anymore at that point. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2. And then for colleges, it will be a little more tougher with colleges because all the big streamers are going to be doing the big games and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be it'll definitely be some tough decisions. But again, that's where you guys are probably going to have to come in. Here's the 2-2, and Chapman's going to hit this to left. And that one has the distance, but that one is fouled. That one was cranked on. But yeah, I'll probably have you guys vote for the games than I do for college and NFL, most likely, especially for the second game that I do for the NFL. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 3. I'll probably have to make a tracker of how many games I did of each team. Who do you got tonight? Your Oklahoma City Thunder or the Pacers? I'm not going to say the Thunder because you're a fan of the Thunder. I'm going to say Thunder because I think they're the better team. Here's the 3-2, and that's going to be popped up foul. But yeah, I'm picking I think the Thunder are going to win the series. I think they're going to win the NBA Finals this year. 3-2 count. Runner on first here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 game. It's been a close one for pretty much the whole game. Here's the 3-2, and that's a swing and a miss. Morgan strikes out Chapman. So we head to the top of the 8th inning. Your score, it's still Giants 3, Padres 2. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. It really does. And these two teams are featured on the channel quite a bit because of your fellow Giants and Padres fans. And they just happen to be playing each other today, so it's best of both worlds. So, if you're a fan of these teams, definitely hit that subscribe button. We'll be doing them plenty more through September and probably even the beginning of October. I'm sure one of these teams, possibly both of these teams, will make it into the playoffs. Jay Will is such a bucket. Yeah, I just I don't really watch too much of the NBA, but I just have a good feeling that the Thunder, just based on feel, are going to win. I've retired from the NBA. I didn't really retire, but I don't know. It's not the same anymore. Do you like college basketball, though? So if you are a college basketball fan, I did that. That actually kind of got the channel started. I'll go and scroll through the games that I've done. Obviously, you'll see a lot of Pirates, and then the Pirates were losing, and I'm like, okay, it's time to branch out. And I still do Pirates, but Anyway, I did some college basketball. That was fun. Honestly, I can't lie. I had a great time doing college basketball. That was the part of the initial growth of the channel. So I'll be doing it again next year, starting with, I'm sure I'll be doing it, I guess, probably whenever the NFL playoffs start. I'll probably do some week games, because obviously college football will be over. And then we'll go and carry us into baseball season, and we'll do the cycle again. Of course, I would appreciate if you guys would subscribe again. It definitely helps the channel out a lot. If you have other sports fans in your life, hey, check this guy out. He's not too bad. You heard of Tom Grossi, right? Yeah, well, he's worse. But, he does the same thing. He's not too bad. See, just go with that. Jaguar, right? Yeah. This guy, not as good, but, it's passable. All right, here's Lockridge. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for strike one. Lockridge didn't seem to like that call. Dodgers game is pretty close, but I wish Dodgers pitching can stop giving up hits. Mets are so annoying. Well, yeah, it's a tough one there. It's a tough one. Mets looking like they may win that series. That's going to be hit to the right, and Lockridge is going to get on with the base hit. So that's Lockridge's first hit of the day. In fact, I haven't really checked that score in a while. And, yep, Mets still up 4-3. Official Jaguar Gators doing Orioles and Mariners. That's 4-3 there. I did Orioles Mariners yesterday. That was not a bad game. All right, here's Maldonado. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, batting 165 on the year, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Showing bunt, pulling it back. Now he's showing bunt again. Pickoff attempt, and he is safe and sound. No, not Grossi is. No, I'm not slandering Grossi. No. I'm saying I'm worse than Grossi. It's like, you've heard of Grossi? Yeah. Well, this guy, this guy is me. No. Grossi's fantastic. That's going to be upstairs, ball one. Grossi and Jaguar will not talk trash on them. They are the kings of of doing sports. No, I love Grossi. I love Jaguar Gator. They are fantastic. No, there's no Tom Grossi slander in this household. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be fouled back. Chapman was running in. He's on the camera. In between the pitcher and the... No, I meant to say, yeah, you've heard of Grossi, right? And then I'm pretending I'm you guys, sharing the word about this Dr. DeLay fella. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, and this one is popped up. Foul. Yeah, no, I will definitely not slander any Grossi. Unless he just publicly calls me out for no reason, which, that would never happen. And then I'll just start fake beef. Like, okay, well, I see you. 1-2 count. Maldonado still is going to take strike 3. He pulled back on the bunt attempt, but that one was practically right down the middle. I don't understand that one. So one away here for the Padres. I don't understand that. Bunting with 2 strikes, and then you take it right down the middle. Rogers did sign. Yes, that is why I'm wearing this Kenny Pickett jersey, because I know Rogers is going to wear number 8. There's no way he doesn't. So that'll be pretty fun. As that's a wild pitch, and looks like that's going to move up the runner. So it looks like the bunt wasn't able to get the job done, but the wild pitch does. So we have a runner on second. Draven, that's going to be tough, man. People are going to look at that comment and be like, this guy was slandering Tom Grossi. That is not what happened. Not even close to what happened. I love Grossi. Here is the 1-0 to Tatis. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Yep, I'm excited for Rogers. It's either going to be 3-14 or a playoff win. I don't think there'll be much of the mediocre Steelers this year. It's going to be one extreme or the other, and that's what we want. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. Very excited about it. 0 for 3 is Tatis today. 269 batting average, 13 home runs, 28 RBIs. Here's the 2-1. Tatis hits this to center, and he bat flips it at the warning trap and track. Lee makes the catch. I don't know why I said trap. Trapped it in his glove. Tatis, by the way, getting a standing ovation from these Giants fans. He bat flipped it with a lot of attitude. Flipping it up, holding his hand up as he starts jogging. Lee had to make a nice run and makes the catch just shy of the wall out there in center. So, yeah, no, it could have been 4-3 had he gotten a few more feet. Aaron to Devontae. I don't think that's... Well, he's with the Rams. All right, here's Wade, and Wade swings and misses strike 1. Wade is taking over for Arias. Justin Fields versus Aaron. Yeah. Yeah, no, that bum Justin, bro. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low ball one. Now, if there's anyone here that's a Justin Fields fan that just got offended there, I don't know what to tell you. He's just not good. And I can provide you a video I actually saw the other day, and it broke it down perfectly on why that guy was benched for Russ. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there, strike two. I'll go ahead and show you. It was a great video. I mean, there's not many videos that I'm going to recommend out there. But it was actually, he broke it down perfectly. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Wade fouls this one back. This was well done. I subscribed on my personal account. Justin Fields still can't read NFL defense. That was a fantastic video. Alex Rollins NFL. That was a fantastic video. That pretty much broke down why he was benched for Russ. That was exactly what I've been saying. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez strikes him out with the 100-mile-per-hours on that 100-mile-per-hour pitch. I don't know why I'm freaking struggling. I've called 2 games today. I'm tired. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Your score, Giants 3, Padres 2. If you are okay with putting up with some mistakes that I'm making, feel free to subscribe. Again, I do this. I've been doing a bunch of games. Padres Giants featured on my channel a lot. So if you're a Padres Giants fan, hey, this is perfect for you because, I mean, the Pirates, I do the Pirates, and then there's the NL West. They are literally the second most featured group of teams, and then it's pretty much everyone else. But, you know, I try to work in other teams as well. So if you're a fan of other teams, you're just here for betting, well, I also do work you guys in. As a Packers fan, I've been saying it since I've seen him on the Bears year one. Yeah, he's just not the guy. But yeah, no, I would recommend, you know, that video. That is a fantastic video. It really is. And of course, I'll come back here and again just show you the other games I've done. So yeah, a lot of NL West, obviously a lot of Pirates, but yeah, this is when I started doing it. Mets, a lot of Mets too. So hopefully I see you guys later down the road. If you are not subscribed, definitely helps the channel out a lot if you do subscribe. Slowly but surely making our way up towards 200. Slowly but surely. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Adames, Smith, and Encarnacion are going to be due up for the Giants. Adames is 0 for 2, batting 199, so he's now below 200. OPS of 603. That is a little shocking there. Giants win today. They'll be tied with the same amount of wins as the Padres. Padres will have 2 less losses, but that's still. Signing with the Jets are so horrible. Yeah, no, the Jets are not a good team. They usually aren't. Haven't really been for a while, and so Yuki Matsui's going to come in here, and I don't know what's going on with Maldonado. He's heading towards Matsui. So we have a little bit of a delay here. Actually surprised the Saints didn't draft Johnson, but I had him either Steelers or Saints. Are you talking about Caleb Johnson? Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, but they are looking around. Yuki's confused. Maldonado's confused. Yuki with a 3.38 ERA. Yeah, no, the Jets, I mean, they had the Mark Sanchez days. You know, they weren't bad with Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan, but that's pretty much been it since. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit to center, shallow center. In fact, Wade is going to make the catch for out number 1. I mean, Chad Pennington was good too, but I mean, he wasn't like an elite quarterback. But the Pennington days, they were good. Then Favre comes in there, and that doesn't work out. Then they get Sanchez, and they go to back-to-back AFC Championship games. So they weren't bad. But then after that, it's been pretty much nothing. Dodgers make a nice double play. They picked up a run. Okay, look at you go. Look at the Dodgers go. As Smith is going to dig in. Here's the pitch. Lefty on lefty. Smith has to over-exaggerate where that pitch landed. Ball one. 1-0 count. Giants up 3-2 in the bottom of the eighth. All the runs in this game were scored in the third inning. Here's the 1-0. That is right down the middle for strike one. Smith getting his first hits of the season today. In fact, all three hits of his season are today. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs. A really good day for him. Matsui delivers. That's, oh my gosh. That landed in the grass. In fact, you're probably not going to see that on there because, yeah, it didn't even come close. That third pitch did already pitch, and you're not going to see it on the screen because it literally landed about halfway to the plate, like landed in the grass, well in the grass. 2-1 count. Two-one count. Matsui delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 3. Got to go run some errands. Have a good one. Yeah, you have a good one, man. Fortunately, I won't be able to call a game for you tonight, but, hopefully we'll get a game going for you later down the road. Yeah, I'll see you around. Thank you for stopping by, as always, Nick. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be hit left, but also foul. Doval is warming up. Camille Doval going to try to close things down in the 9th inning. Matsui sets and delivers. Strike 3 called. Smith tried to get him to call for time. The umpire didn't grant it. So Smith is going to go down on strikes. Smith did try to grant it or ask for it, but he was not granted. So that is out number 2, and that's going to bring up Encarnacion, who's 0 for 3 on the day. He's looking for his first hit of the season. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Giants started 3 players today that have yet to record a hit in the regular season. Of course, prior to today, Smith is the only one that has gone on base. Encarnacion is one of the ones that haven't, and same with Kisner. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be hit foul. Oh, man. Sometimes glasses are just too much. 1-1 count. So showing the error that Iglesias overrunning second base. I don't know what he was doing. He should have just slid in there. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to center. But it looks like that is going to be caught for out number 3. So we're heading to the bottom of the 9th. Or no, bottom of the 9th. Top of the 9th. Your score. Giants 3, Padres 2. Blue Jays had a great win over the Phillies. Yeah, I think so. I think they did. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. As those are your scores from around the major leagues. I did the Diamondbacks Braves game earlier. That was fantastic. Diamondbacks winning the game down. They were down 4-10 entering the top of the 9th, and the Diamondbacks won, as you see there. White Sox over the Tigers 3-2. Blue Jays over the Phillies 9-1. Cardinals over the Royals in game 1 6-5. Jaguar Gator doing Orioles and Mariners. Looks like that one just ended. Orioles winning 4-3. We're obviously doing that one up top. A's up on the Twins 14-3. Mets over the Dodgers 4-3 in as they head to the top of the 7th. Again, I'm back. You're playing ball. Oh, hey, that sounds great. Playing ball with the boys, with your boys. That's I think that's every guy's dream or every dad's dream, One day I'll be there, I'm sure. As Machado, Merrill, and Sheets are going to be up here in the top of the ninth. Giants, again, they're still up 3-2. Nothing has changed. You haven't really missed much, Sean. But again, if you do like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. It really does. And hopefully I'll see you throughout the season and, of course, for college and NFL. As we're waiting for this commercial to end. Machado's 1 for 3, batting .314, OPS of .875. So it is a good part of the lineup to have whenever you're trying to, at least tie or win the game. Camillo has 99 career saves. This would be save 100 if he's able to get the dub right here, right now. Let's hope Duval can put this one away, as that one is going to be away, ball 1. 1-0 count. Yastrzemski is going to check in for the top of the ninth and right. Here's the 1-0. That's outside, ball 2. 2-0 count. Machado 1 for 3, batting .314, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs on the year. Here's the 2-0, and that's going to be hit right, but also foul. Two and 1 count. Doval trying to get the save. I think he blew one 2 nights ago. Oh, boy. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be fouled back. Strike 2. Well, that means there's no way he can do it again, huh? That's usually what it means. 2-2 counts. Doval in here to close things down at the top of the ninth. Here's the pitch. Machado hits this one to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So, the tying run is at first, and that's going to bring up Jackson Merrill, who's 0 for 3 in this one, batting .312 on the season, OPS of .847. Doval sets and delivers. And this one's going to be hit to right, and that is going to be foul. That one was yanked pretty well. John does not like it. 0-1 count to Merrill. Doval sets and delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 hours and 20 minutes or so game time. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be hit to center. Lee is on the warning track and makes the catch for out number 1, and Machado will retreat to first. Just missed it there, and that's going to bring up Sheets, who's 0 for 3, batting .259, OPS of .797. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Doval sets and fires. That's going to be in there, strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Sheets batting .259, 11 home runs, 38 RBIs as we are beginning June. Here is the 0-1 from Devon. No, it's actually going to be a pickoff attempt, but Machado is safe and sound. Who is better, Gavin, or is that Larry? I'm not too sure. 0-1 count. Probably Larry. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be down low, ball 1. Well, they might be about the same, to be honest with you. 1-1 count. Machado, I don't know. He's doing something in the dirties. Not exactly well loved, apparently, by San Francisco fans. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 2. Yeah, I'm going to say Larry. Larry, final answer. Hi, YouTube just gave me a warning for having an ad block. Really? What the heck? 2-1 count. That's going to be hit into right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Yastrzemski hurries and throws it in. That's going to force Machado to stay at second. Was that because of me? Did I do something wrong? I mean, I definitely don't have ads. So runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Padres with a chance to take the lead. This wouldn't be the first comeback we've seen today, as again the Diamondbacks were down 10-4 heading into the top of the 9th, and Diamondbacks won 11-10. Iglesias at the ladies 2 for 3, and that's going to be in there, strike 1. I do not qualify for ads, so no money for me. 0-1 count. Doval sets and delivers. That's going to be outside. Checked his swing. Did not go. They only do that when I watch channels not monetized. That's me. That is I. Yeah, I'm doing this for free. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Iglesias is going to foul this one back. Again, every subscriber does help. I'm actually so close. Like, I'm actually going to hit the hours required to get monetized. The problem is I don't have the subscribers. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be a chopper to short. That's going to be tough for 2. He is going to just get the 1 at first. So, there are 2 outs, but runners both in scoring position. Yeah, no, I'm actually, it's 1,000. I need 1,000 subscribers. 500 gets you can have people like donate at that point or something like that. And I need 4,000 for ads. 3,000 and 500 gets you like you can qualify for donations. 1,000 and 4,000. That one's going to be right down the middle, strike 1. That is where the ads can get in. Oh, I'm crushing the hours watched. I'm actually going to hit the 4,000 probably. I'm tracking to get it by like football season. Like I'm gonna crush the hours watched. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be fouled back, strike 2. So I don't know. I'm just doing something wrong, I guess, with the subscribers. I don't know. Something's I gotta change something, I guess. 0-2 count. Cronenworth down to his final strike, as well as the Padres. Giants up 3-2. 0-2 count, top of the 9th. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Here is the pitch, and that one is fouled back. Machado, 90 feet away. Doval delivers. That one once again fouled down the left side. 0-2 count. Nice little battle here. Doval using cutters. 100, 101, 101, 101. Just straight gas. That's going to be a off-speed pitch. That's low for ball 1. As everyone started cheering, but they were unaware that one was low. 1-2 count. Doval sets. And fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Giants take the final game of the series as they split the series 2-2 with the Padres. Again, if you like what you saw, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. It really does. And hopefully I will see you guys in another video in the future is, again, the Padres falling to the Giants 3-2. And again, this was my second game of the day, so I'm not going to be doing a third one. I got other things I have to do in the evening. I'll try to get a poll up for you guys for tomorrow. I'll have you guys vote on which game I do tomorrow night. So hopefully, hopefully you find that appealing. Yes, you guys can pick the game from time to time. It's been a while since I've done it, but I can make it happen. So anyway, hopefully you guys like what you saw and hit that subscribe button, as I will go back to the drafts and try to figure out how to get more subscribers. Because the hours I get is good, but the subscribers are lacking. So, oh well. I'll catch y'all later. Jesus Lord, yes, God bless. Y'all have a great one. I will see you guys later down the road. Lord bless. Yeah, never heard that one before. I've heard Jesus is king. But yes, y'all have a great one. Y'all be careful. I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow.